Okay, apropos of absolutely nothing in particular, here's a little curious idea that just popped into our collective heads. Morse code songs. That is to say, songs that in some way incorporate Morse code into their melody and actually have that Morse code convey some kind of hidden lyric. We'll start with two really famous ones, one of which I have verified and the other of which I have not. They are TV theme tunes. The first and possibly the most famous instance of this at all is the late Ronnie Hazelhurst's theme tune to Some Mothers Do Have 'Em, the Michael Crawford starring sitcom of the 1970s. This is played on a couple of harmonized piccolos, and apparently, well, actually not apparently, because I have verified it, if you write out the short notes and the long notes, it does actually spell out the entire title, Some Mothers Do Have 'Em, with the exception of the apostrophe on the at the end, because I don't know if there's any such thing as apostrophe in Morse code. If there is, feel free to correct me. The other example, similarly, is Barrington Feelung's theme tune to Inspector Morse. This, I am told, possibly inspired by the name Morse, if you again transcribe the short and long notes, the crotchets and the minims, or the quavers and the crotchets, as the case may be, this apparently spells out the whole of Inspector Morse. I have not verified the whole of this, but I have no reason to doubt it. There is another example of this. I'm going to bring in at number 3, which I only noticed quite recently, and that is, all right, if anybody knows their Morse code, what does dit spell? That's dash dash dot dot dit. How about dit 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 dun 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 dun? Yeah, it's MI. It's MI in Morse code. Spells the Mission Impossible riff by Lalo Schifrin. Okay, I'm fairly sure this is not a coincidence, but I'd never noticed it until quite recently. This is almost certainly why the Mission Impossible theme is probably the third most famous piece of music in 5/4 time after Mars the Bringer of War by Gustav Holst and Take 5 by Dave Brubeck. The next one is also a TV theme tune. There are not all TV theme tunes. It's QI, as in the sort of hyper-intellectual game show on BBC Two, which for some bizarre reason I've never been on. Anyway, this is not just the letters Q and I, as you might suspect, because it was composed by the great Howard Goodall, so even if he did restrict himself to the Morse code for QI over and over again, I'm sure he could have come up with something with it. No, it's actually got a hidden URL. If you, again, transcribe the long and short notes in the QI theme tune, it spells www.alanzeroandstephenhero.com. And this was actually explained in the last episode of the 13th season of QI, which I think was the episode in which Stephen Fry left. And Alan Davis looked genuinely quite upset about this, because it suggests that even before the show had begun, the idea that he was going to be the kind of village idiot who sits there and gets everything wrong had already been predetermined. But here's one that I've literally just worked out, because I mean, I won't be the only person who's ever noticed this, but nobody's ever pointed this out to me. I just figured it out for myself. The most famous bit of Morse code, not the most famous bit of Morse code in entertainment, but the most famous bit of Morse code is SOS, right? As in the internationally recognized Morse code distress signal. And the reason SOS was adopted as the international distress signal is not because it ostensibly stands for Save Our Souls. It's because it's an instantly recognizable pattern. It's 3 dots, 3 dashes, 3 dots. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. That's the idea. Anybody hears that coming through any kind of, code stream or some kind of a telegram or anything, instantly recognizes that as a distress signal. That's why it was adopted, that pattern. Ba 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 ba. So I was thinking to myself, what about SOS by ABBA? Let's look at the chorus. And I thought, so if you're near me, darling, can't you hit? Yeah, the first 9 notes of the chorus of SOS by ABBA are ... dash 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 ... aren't they? The love you gave me, no Nothing else can save me. So yeah, I wonder if the rest of the song does it. It does. It doesn't. The verse does it well. That's actually SOSO. Benny and Bjorn, you sneaky sons of bitches. I never noticed that before. SOS is based around patterns of repeated 3 short notes and 3 long notes. I wonder if they noticed that and then called it SOS, or came up with the title SOS and thought, let's base it around the Morse code for SOS. But yeah, like I said, I have no doubt that many people have noticed that before. I'm just pointing out that I didn't until literally a couple of hours ago when I was thinking about this video. I thought, I wonder if SOS by ABBA has any Morse code content. And yes, it is. It's based around repeated patterns of 3 short notes and 3 long notes. So there you go. So there's your 5 Morse code songs. Are there any others that you're aware of? If so, into the comments they go, and I'll see you all soon. Or should I say, ba 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 ba